they still have some hopes in this tournament here. Let me see, of course.
Let's shake things
Some friendly
up.
banter coming in between the two teams, VT Faded,
Nothing personal.
as well
Many
as
of
the
you
TNC
do I
lads.
have to kill.
So yeah, right away we see that Shadow Walk is skilled up. He's gonna give some information to his team, maybe get some deep wards down just to see and scout stuff. But this, I think he's gonna look for a courier snipe.
Oh, it really is a classic Misery Bounty Hunter. See if it still holds up in this day and age of Dota 2.
They're scouting a lot, right? They have the Bear scouting, they have the Misery Bounty Hunter scouting as well, so they have all the information in the world around where the lanes are going to be positioned. So VT Faded, once he gets that info, looks like he's going to be making his way toward bottom, so because he doesn't want to be just playing against tri-lane. Because if they put a sentry down and they have Sven and Ogre, you're going to just get stunned and you can potentially die very easily as VT Faded. So they're sending Kezu up toward top, and they want him to be laning down bottom versus the Bow Rider. It's still set up toward top though.
The battle begins.
But they're probably expecting, because they saw the Sven, that the Sven is top. So they really want that Weaver versus Bat Rider matchup in particular.
Misery unable to grab that rune away. Gabby will still be the one to pick it up.
2 for 2.
The mid lane matchup, Armel. Let's see how much he can get out of the lane against the lone druid. He's
So other thing
very
that
strong TA.
Other thing they can do right now is the Divine Favor gets skilled, and they're going to bring the Sven bottom. So Sven has the TP saved, so he can make the move up toward top if he wants to, but now he's in the lane that he wants to be. He's laned versus the Weaver. This is not where VT Faded wants to be. So what's VT Faded going to do? He wants to be laned versus
What is
that
he?
bat.
What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
Try to farm down here. It's going to be really hard for him, though. Top, Cuckoo. He's getting pressured a lot here, though.
Good body blocks here from Milan.
Okay, Misery with the Orb of Venom. They're giving him the rundown. That Orb of Venom slow. He's got him bloodlusted. Some extra movement speed. Milan just continuing to block. He has another fissure in 1 second. This should just be a kill here on Cuckoo. Just about one more hit. Nope, he's actually gonna survive. Oh, man.
The 3 of Chaos unable to run him down.
I think they pushed him off the waves, though, so which means that Kezu's gonna be able to get every single one of those last hits.
And Matu, he's won a fair few games in his time on the old lone druid. See if this is going to be the magic that they need to carry them through this game for Chaos. Armel,
Nice block
knocked
there by
off
Milan.
the Fisher. He has still got a refraction to rely on. And we'll pop it as the Fish comes up.
He's getting ready to pop the Fairy Fire. He's just dead.
He is dead.
That was
Matu.
beautiful there by Milan.
Yeah, that's your first blood. Matu getting that. It was even there was an Orb of Venom kill. Yeah, it was the Orb of Venom tick that did it. Kills that hurt.
Misery contesting here. Weaver. See, Faded, he is able to get a couple last hits, but yeah, versus the Sven, very tough as the sentry was placed in the lane preemptively right away when they saw that Weaver was there.
It's double damage as well, spawning down bottom. So he's able to get a hold of that. Help swing the lane of theirs even more in their favor.
Looks like Milan is trying to pull the wave up toward top to make sure that Kezu is still getting something up there, as I see they were pulling the side camp a couple times here on TNC up top. So Milan wants to make sure they can still get that XP. Tims will make it a little harder though, as he's going to chase him down. Give him some nice harassment with that Bloodlust and right clicks. Oh my god, he's actually just hitting both of them. He's hitting both of them.
CS in the mid lane. Still pretty even, Matu.
Yeah.
Slightly with the denies.
I think it's a pretty even matchup. I think once the TA starts getting more points in the fraction, of course, it becomes a lot easier for Armel.
So bottom lane Gabby just continue to have the sizable lead in that favourable lane. Weaver will struggle for the early CS against that very reliant melee right click of Sven.
That was Matu's levels is he? How much level is he over the TA, actually? Because when he hits level 5, maybe he can actually pose a kill threat onto Armel here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries,
Right?
especially if
they're
able to.
too far pushed up, they could look to set up for it.
If they sort of add in a rotation from Milan,
Yeah.
with a good Fisher once more, they've definitely got a kill potential in that middle lane.
Yeah, if he's able to get a couple of those roots.
Definitely the fact that this Sven is getting free farm is a bit of a worry for Chaos.
Yeah.
Gabby getting a beautiful lane to start with.
Checking both runes, we see Chaos. They get a haste rune. Misery's
This
also
could
going to
be the
rotate
Fisher
to our mid.
setup.
They want this.
It's already up on the high ground though, Armel, and the Fisher block is not the block that they want. Armel on the right side of it from his perspective, the wrong side of it from Chaos's. He'll be fine for now. There's going to be more attention thrown towards mid, and here's that
level
dive.
5, yeah, he's going for the dive here. Misery's here too. The root comes out.
There's going to be a TP in from Tims. Tims keep Armel safe. Tims, he's going to focus towards Matu. Armel trying to run his way away from the bear. There's another Fisher out. Armel's falling low. They'll get the kill. They're able to get one. They can maybe try for Tims too. He's blocked up still by the remainder of that Fisher. He's still pretty tanky, but Chaos, 3 heroes chasing down the Ogre. Milan doing his best to body block him off. Another root comes in. Chaos. They'll get both kills in the middle.
Bounty runes coming up now too, so the supports are probably going to reset and go look for those. But yeah, well worth it. Nice rotations coming in from the two of them to put that pressure on as the bear, exactly as he hits 5. So nicely done. It looks like it's a 2-for-2 exchange.
3-0 lead for Chaos, but the way the CS is going down bottom, the net worth stays pretty much even. Back of these first 5 minutes, Faded just still struggling to find anything close to the amount of farm that Gabby's getting.
Yeah, still able to get some stuff right. It's not like he's getting totally shut down when he's playing versus the Sven lane. Like we thought he was just gonna switch up toward the Bat Rider, but when you're playing versus Chen, switching lanes is just problematic. Sure, he used the Divine Favor right at the start, but yeah, the TP switching can make things difficult. Stop Cuckoo. This will be the next target as they commit forward. 3 heroes. Got Milan here too.
Should have a good shot at this with a Fisher being lined up onto the 2 of them. Cuckoo will fall. TNC again.
James also
losing kills to these rotations from Milan and his Shaker mid lane. The root's out, but AU is here this time to help him out. So Matu won't be able to dive any further. Armel's safe.
Chaos though, putting the pressure on the lanes here at this start. Immediately too, they TP back toward top with the Bat Rider. Chaos is still set up here with Milan as well as Misery.
I've got the creep wave coming in towards their tower though, so in a much less vulnerable position than before.
Yeah. Misery and Milan are they're playing like 3 solo lanes it seems on Chaos, and they're just having their 2 supports just literally run around the map, try to match the Chen, and just make plays on the map, just mess up the idea that TNC has that they want to be playing around. Oop. Milan walks up to the high ground there.
He has got Matu coming to help him.
Yep.
So
Misery.
TNC unable to chase the Fisher from Milan. Sets up onto AU, gets the Baron on top
First
of him,
hit
and
root.
between the 2 of them. Chaos, they'll get the kill. Another one for Matu now on a killing spree on his mid-lone Druid.
All right.
Getting a lot of kills and action going the way of this. It's Matu and his bear.
The bounty hunters working in the early game. It's 7 minutes in. Yeah, they've got these 5 kills. Just like we said, the 3 solo lanes while the 2 just run around trying to make and reap havoc onto TNC. Not too bad. The one thing is that they're not putting pressure on Gabby, right? Gabby's still free farming. Armel, even though they've killed him the 2 times, he's still able to get that catch up, of course, as he's a TA.
And top.
The jungle, but top. Do they have enough this time? They do.
Once again, Chaos, Misery and Milan getting the work done.
And people said duo roaming was dead.
Towards mid, Matu.
Around Matu.
Trying for poke on Tims, but a little too hard to do with Armel being around and Tims being as tanky of an ogre as he is early game.
I mean, it's absolutely working, and they could even look to bring Kezu into some of these aggressive plays now too. He's level 6, about to be level 7, and he's a pretty damn good hero versus Armel, versus that TA. He could look to set up for some dives in mid. Milan this time will be the one to go down.
Yeah, they'll put an end to his roaming.
Yeah. Emphasizing super heavily now on the rotations. If you see the wards right now placed by TNC, 2 river wards, and now they even place like an extra kind of river ward as well. Just they know the way the cast is playing is they're just running across the map looking for kills. kill. So if you put down an Obs and a Sentry on these two locations, you're going to see every single time where Misery's moving. So you don't play against support Bounty Hunter too much anymore, but one of the old things that people used to do is you entrance of your jungles and rivers with a Ward and a Sentry, and you can tell every time the Bounty is setting up for stuff. So they saw the Bounty walking through that bottom side there with their wards, and they're pinging out their courier, actually making sure it doesn't get killed. So
Misery knows that Gabby's low, but Gabby, he's out of the
out.
bottom lane.
Bye-bye. As he's going to farm up here. Does he have any stacks set up? I think they've all been cleared by RML, I'd imagine.
He's trying to stack it again for them.
Yeah, they do. They get the double. So Matumba, he's going to look to be pressuring towers while he knows the TA is just going to be kind of jungling. But RML also, instead of jungling, he knows Matumba's pressuring tower. I'm going to pressure him. So beating on that mid tower there with that Bloodlust. He's going to bring some reinforcements in as Kazu's going to be the one to defend the towers. Versus that TA as we were talking about. Gabby will be the one to just farm on top.
Spot Misery under the sentry. In fact, Kuka giving it away there with that auto attack.
And Matumba clears up the full tower bottom. Chaos.
They're getting a very good start for Matu.
Yeah.
But the same to be said for Gabby. Gabby is going to have the Midas very shortly.
VT Fade is also still very farmed too, though. 3,400 net worth when he was placed down in that bottom lane by himself entirely, pretty much. 49 last hits, level 7, yeah.
Yeah, a lot more farm than Kuku was able to get up top.
Yep.
Because of that constant pressure from Milan and Misery. This round will be an illusion down bottom. See if anyone's able to do anything spectacular with that. Not really any hero that's going to be too wild with it. Mid lane, it's going to be the way the focus is drawn once again from Chaos. They've managed to sweep round, get some deep wards down inside the jungle of TNC.
Most important tower, right? That mid tier one. They've already gotten the bottom one, so.
Matu, 2k gold on his way to Relic. Still on track for a good time, and 10 minutes in, only 6-1. Less than a 1k lead, still very close between these two teams off the lanes.
Chaos is pressuring a lot of the towers, though. I look at the other side, TNC, they're not actually able to get that same type of trade coming out here. This lone druid really starting to get into play here, especially when Kazu's there as the backup. They bring all three cars actually showing in the mid lane here to beat on and secure this tower.
Look at it.
Yep. TNC looking like they're looking to just play more of like an efficient farm game rather than set up and look to actually defend those towers. Misery has the track online.
This, yeah, with the help of Faded, should be a pretty solid kill, and it is. There's the first track kill of the game. And this is where you'll certainly start to see that gold league grow if Chaos can keep these sort of kills up.
Yep. It's only 40 bonus, but it is a little something. You get the big self bonus gold. That's the important one, right? You know, you get that 100.
Misery gets
He's the happy one.
He gets the big payout.
Yeah. As Gabby will just continue to farm, as you said. He'll face Midas level 10. Going for that. Looks like he's queued up for BKB first. Just wanted to be able to deal with that Phoenix egg in particular, and I suppose that Shaker. If he can just stick on that, it's going to be pretty easy targets for him.
Yeah, he knows what the early levels. If he BKBs, gets bloodlusted, he's going to be able to reliably take down the egg. Making it very hard for Kezi to properly commit to fights when the Sven's around.
Very solid start, though, for Chaos, that is for sure. Having a decent amount of map control here coming into this. There's lots of wards coming out from TNC, but TNC look like they're like, okay, you did good in the lanes. We're just going to play the farm game now. TA hitting Ancients, Sven hitting a jungle creeps as well.
The draft has definitely worked out with regards to laning.
Yeah.
Chaos have had the edge with those movements of Misery and Milan. It's just a question of whether it's going to hold up as the game goes on.
Yeah. Can they keep that pace going? As Matumba, he's very close to that relic. They also have the Veil already finished up on Kezu, and like I was saying, BT Faded, he's also having a pretty decent time. So yeah, they're farming on their 3 cores. Well, on the side of TNC, they're only farming on 2 of them. Not really able to find too much in this game so far. He's been having quite a lot of trouble.
Constantly being hunted.
Yeah.
And being forced right out of any lane that he dares show his face in. This bottom tier 2, with Kuku pushed away, Chaos look to move on, and again keeping this tempo very fast. It's 13 minutes in.
I mean, there is really like no wave clear. There's no ways to like take the creep wave off of the tower and kill them pretty quickly on the side of TNC. It's like, who's gonna really show up to do that? He's not like a Lina. There's no Grimstroke. There's nothing like that to just defend the towers very well. So they're gonna look to fight instead.
He is. The tower has fallen. He's got the last, so there'll be a TP coming in from Gabby. Gets the stun off, but already the Shikuchi's out.
The
Faded
cleave!
still dies here to the cleave. Matsu goes for the TP out. He's not going to make it. Stun from Tims, holds him back.
Okay, and Gabby shows up, and now maybe he just switches back to the Echo Saber because of that. Yep, but he already had the Oblivion stuff actually bought. He's already got the Echo Saber now finished. So
He's going to be able to get the items out thick and fast now.
okay. Yeah, VT faded. He actually used the time lapse when they were tanking the tower and pushing.
He
So
didn't have
he
it.
didn't have it.
Did not have it.
He just gets cleaved down by Gabby, and that's you may not defend your tower, but at least you get some kills afterwards. Like you said, they don't have wave clear, but they have ways to fight around it. That's a big swing there as they crunch that lead down. It's less than 1K now, and we're gonna see what happens in the next minute or so as those bounty runes will be spawning.
So what's the build going to be for Kezu after that Veil? Veil into Shivas.
Yeah. Classic build.
Yeah, do his best to make things very hard for Sven and TA to fight when they don't have BKBs popped.
Yeah, the Veil is nice always, of course, too. It's like, with your abilities, it's really nice, but also now it provides him some armor. So he's not just going to get burst by like a single ability or something. Now it's going to help a little bit versus that Sven and that TA, if he's not inside of just that egg form, of course.
Oh, and he's getting a lot of space, so he'll
Yeah.
be able to hit 12 pretty quick.
Mhm.
Have those extra hits on the egg.
And they're going to have Radiance. They're going to have ways to protect the egg.
Yeah.
So could be a pretty good timing that comes out for Chaos. As yeah, Radiance also buffing up the Veil also buffing up that Radiance damage too. So yeah, a couple different things. Fine.
Did you say Relic is done?
Oh, they thought it was real. That was an illusion, and it did kill the bounty run right in front of them. So a 2-for-1 bounty run exchange there.
2 for 1.
Yeah. The other one got killed.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Kuga's illusion killed it.
sleep. It's a bit of a slow game, you know. 3
Okay,
for
3
7.
to 7.
15 minutes in, everyone's kind of hitting the creeps, taking towers.
Yep.
People aren't looking to respond.
TNC playing more of the farm game,
Yeah,
while Chaos looking to be
TNC's
more of the pressure.
TNC's happy to do that. They know that Gabby is selling ahead in farm. It's obviously playing that bit of a danger game against the Matsu Lone Druid, who is going to have a good Radiance timing.
Right, and like you said, Kazu's very farmed. He's got 2,400 gold toward that Shiva's already. Not quite level 12 still.
And
This tower's dropping very quick.
They're getting away with all these towers, which is Chaos.
Yep.
They're not being contested.
Nope.
And of course, TNC only been able to take the one so far mid lane. 55 to 45 though. Dota Plus, I guess, maybe even taking into account the recent games. I don't know how it works. Maybe it does, but favoring TNC still in this at this moment. And I guess it makes sense. Gabby is very farmed on the Sven, and as soon as he gets that BKB out on top of the Echo, that's going to be when the fights that Chaos are, you would imagine, going to look for, are going to become very difficult. As this Sven has every opportunity to just clean up all of these heroes with the BKB and God Strength.
Yeah. It's going to be tough for them to actually bring him down at all. That's maybe what it's looking at there, right, with the Dota Plus. Dota Plus also, though, it looks at, I think, also tower advantages as well, where right now you see Chaos, they have like a 4-tower advantage, which I thought they'd maybe have a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought that Dota Plus was favorite because of that, but
it edges TNC anyway, just because of how big the Sven is. I'd have to imagine. TNC, they still have all this deep ward vision that they have placed, as we see on the map, so they have tons of information. They are actually just watching Chaos kind of moving around, so when they have these type of deep wards, they know that they can play what they want to play, which is the farm game. So they're all just kind of casually farming it up.
there it is. There it's done. The Radiance.
Okay, so the smoke timing. Do they have a smoke out? Nope, they're going to wait a little bit. Milan is 50 gold from a Blink Dagger, so maybe wait for that to get finished up on that Earthshaker before they look for a smoke fight, since they're just about to get a really nice, like, everything timing together.
Everything's coming together for Chaos. Let's see how they can have an impact with it. Bottom lane, Tims being dove.
Yeah, they're spotted by that ward here. Ooh.
Hand of God keeps him alive. And there's the smoke.
Yep, it is under a ward though, I believe, right?
They sort of
No, it was
they
not. They
headed
hit-
into
they
the
hit-
fog
okay, they actually hit
as
into the tree,
before they
sorry.
went into it.
Yep,
So
that's what I thought I saw. Okay. Sorry.
there was some pinging coming out on the area. We'll see how TNC do prepare for this. As Mata will show himself, Armel's going to know that something's up now. He's been tracked.
They
Pings
drew
are out.
the line. That's why I was thinking. Like, they drew the line from exactly where the jungle position was, so they had to have expected it at least.
Well, I guess it's because look, they have a ward in the jungle, and they also have
saw
a ward.
nobody else
They
coming
also
around.
have a ward at the triangle, right? So they saw people go into the mid lane and then not come back out.
Yep.
So they're going to assume that something sneaky's going on.
Okay.
And indeed they did, and TNC, they'll back themselves away. They won't be caught out by that movement, but Chaos can set up to get back on to taking objectives, pushing down on this top lane.
Yeah, it's still a great smoke rotation because Chaos, like we said, they've got these like triple timings coming out. They've got the Phoenix level 12, they've got the Radiance, and they've got the Blink Dagger from Milan.
BKB is now done on Gabby. Gabby's ready to fight. They look to just let these tier 2s go. They're being very particular about when they want to fight TNC. They don't want to try and fight around the tier 2s. They're letting another tier 2 fall.
They're scared. They're really just scared to fight into the Phoenix as well, too, right? It's just a lot of magic damage coming on. They don't have the best ways to deal with the egg. They've got the Sven with the BKB, but TA and the rest of the heroes, they're not going to really hit that egg.
How are we seeing on Armel's items?
He's actually rushing the BKB because of that egg, I'd imagine, as well as that, of course, the Lone Druid Radiance. He wants us to be able to have that, the magic immunity to not deal with that miss rate or any of the shenanigans that come out. But as Kezu, he's walking up. They do see this because they have that trap, but Kezu, very confident as he walks forward because he has a plate mail as well as the veil.
Gabby.
Stunning the bear.
He's going to start to poke at the bear. He's running around the shrine, will be feared back. He's rooted, he's stunned up. Gabby's falling low. The chain stun's there. Milan's got the control. Gets the jump for the BKB though. The shrine, he's ready to turn. They turn towards the egg. The egg's out. They'll kill it. Gabby does fall. It's a 1-for-1. Now Chaos make the run for Armel. Armel. He's been tracked, Matsu's on top of him, Lasso on the side, controlling Faded, but Faded can turn, look towards Cuckoo. Milan, he's back in, he's on top of Armel. Armel's rooted, surrounded, he'll fall too. Chaos get the two of them, and they're not done yet. They're diving past the tier 2 tower. They're on top of Tim's with the track. They won't go to the tier 3, but they'll certainly be happy with that outcome. Sure, the Phoenix dies, the egg's taken out, but they lose both Gabby and Armel. Another tier 2, Chaos keeping the game in their favor.
Yeah, they get 2 track kills, they back up, they collect 3 of the bounty runes as well. I mean, Chaos is doing it right now, for sure. Gabby, unable to get that BKB initially, he gets comboed down to a very low percent before he's able to actually turn with that BKB and Shrine to kill the egg. Chaos positioned nicely around that one there.
See it again here. It looked close to be there, the potential for maybe a turnaround, but he's having to use that BKB duration to just hit the egg. The rest of the team are able to go ham. We have to pop back into the game as Chaos. Again, poking at TNC there. TNC did come straight back out to that area trying to get some more control. Chaos is still hovering around this area of the map, keeping TNC pincered into the base. 9-4 at 3k in. Definitely one of the slowest games that we've seen in terms of kills, but it's absolutely working out for Chaos's lineup so far.
Yeah, I mean, the TNC is just kind of playing the farm game like we were mentioning. They're still playing that one here. They buy the Ogre Midas as well. And Armel, he still doesn't have that BKB. And he is very vulnerable to dying without it, as we saw in that last one. He just gets chased out. Even though they commit forward and kill the egg. Yeah, there's still so many different ways to catch this TA as now into the Roche Pit Chaos goes.
Shiva's got finish on Kezu. TNC, they are going to contest this. They're smoked up. They're heading towards the pit. Cuckoo's just picked up the Blink Dagger.
Okay, they've got a way to actually start the fight this time around. Chaos, are they going to be prepared for this?
There's the jump. They're going to start looking towards Faded. Gabby moves in with the BKB. It's a great positioning from Kezu though. He's on the high ground. The egg, is it going to be successful? Cuckoo's up. Can they kill it in time? They can't. The egg's out. It's a pop. Matches onto Tim's. The Hannah God heal comes through. They'll lose Tim's. Chaos themselves also feeling low. They did lose Faded. They've got 2 kills in return, Chaos. There'll be a buyback from Tim's. Cuckoo's dead for 40. Armel tries for the bear, but Matu brings him back just in time to keep the bear alive.
That was some beautiful positioning there by Kezu.
Straight up to the cliff, and they couldn't quite get him in time.
It could have been a bit scary.
So close.
Yeah, if he didn't get that egg in that position there too, it could have been a bit scary. I think the fissure as well from Milan kind of guarded it too, in a way too, for the rest of the team from TNC not able to hit that one there. Because if they don't get that egg there, Gabby was starting to go pretty ham. He was getting all these right clicks out. He got the focus fire onto VT Faded, and he was starting to turn it onto the Lone Druid. But yeah, great positioning there of the egg by Kezu. They don't finish off the Roche, but they're able to take the fight at least.
Still holding on to 2k lead, Chaos.
Yeah, I didn't get to see if it was 1 or 2 track, but yeah, you can still see they gained a little bit of gold. That's back into the pit. They kill off the trap. They don't have egg for 40 seconds, but no lasso for 15 either on this side of TNC. But TNC, they do have a BKB now on Armel. He's going to feel a lot safer to commit forward. No God Strength for 30.
Cuckoo's spawning out the situation. Gabby's going to jump in. He's going to pop the BKB, so's Armel, but the fish is going to block them off away from Matu. They can't reach Matu. Milan providing the wall of safety, stopping TNC from getting the kill that they tried to commit for with those BKBs.
Oh,
they won't get it.
Beautiful by Milan. That was literally the most perfect fissure I've seen in quite a long time.
And mid
Blocking
lane.
him out perfectly as Tims.
The track's out, the chase is on, Tims is dead. Chaos forcing TNC back away from the pit, despite TNC being the ones that are trying to interrupt this Roshan attempt.
And that had been a Tims buyback. They have a Bat Rider lasso, they also have God Strength now, but the BKBs are down.
And Supernova's available again for Kezu.
Can they go for a snatch here?
Cuckoo.
Definitely gonna want to try.
He's ironing up the Sunray being used to try and stop it. Cuckoo's going to jump in, but the fear's there in time. It will send him back to the egg as well, just in case there was further jump in. Won't be the case, but it does the job.
This is a big timing here for Kezu. They've not only just gotten the Aegis for themselves, but denying it away from a TA. We talk about that all the time, how important it is. Yeah, they're starting to be in some problems. Phoenix, Kezu, healing up the bear. Chaos all grouped up. They're looking to pressure here in this mid lane. There's still a God Strength available. They have the BKB available for Gabby now too, as well as Armel.
Faded has that Aegis. He's got that second, essentially third life with the time lapse to be accounted for as well, so he's a hard target to go on. Now hold back for now, Chaos. No need to make any sort of brash moves.
Not when the rest of them are respawning. They were just trying to get some chip damage on the tower and they forced the glyph. They're still positioned aggressively here. TNC, they're looking to fight though. They've got the flanks.
Godstrink's in. They're going to jump with the lasso. Gabby, he's focusing down Matumba. They have the stun control. The Sunray's healing up a little bit. Matu will finally die. TNC get the kill.
Armel chasing out the Phoenix as well as the Earthshaker. He has his BKB.
Misery does show there as he goes for the poke. Gabby, he's going to pay the price for showing his face. Double kill for Gabby.
And straight to Bounty Runes as the nighttime hits. Both teams will run to those as it looks like Chaos will be able to claim the 3 off of that at least after they lose their Lone Druid. So quick identification there by TNC. There again, Lone Druid doesn't have the range, the Aegis, so quickly commit forward onto him when they have any type of vision, which they did. They had these wards inside of their jungle defensively. And they had all their ultis and then Blink Catch available. So they still can focus fire pretty easily from the side of TNC. That physical damage they do have after the lasso is there. What are these durations? The BKBs are 6 seconds, I believe. 6 seconds on Sven, 9 on the TA still. So Armel still having a little bit easier time to work with.
Chaos. Jump forward from Milan.
Bear.
The Fisher.
He's getting slowed. The traps for the Sunray. It's burning him.
Getting shredded by the damage output from this Phoenix.
Oh no, and Tim's 42 seconds dead. 42 seconds with the Midas. Oh.
He's going to have to get that multi cast to make up for that when he spawns. Gabby.
Okay, Misery walks into a sentry. Walks into some vision here.
But they've got the Fisher to back him up. Milan's going to keep him safe.
Oh, he's stuck. He's stuck because of this Fissure. They actually have to cut the tree with the Firefly.
Gabby has to BKB and run away.
They actually have to pop the Hand of God. Kezu moves forward.
Faded.
Phoenix is going in.
They're going to get Cuckoo. They're just diving into the base.
Oh my god.
Forcing TNC back and Chaos. They've got the space to put the pressure onto the tier 3 tower.
And it's DD. He's just chipping down the tower. They're going to probably... Back up after this one. Actually, they're going to look for the racks. Cuckoo is up, but they know. BKB still down for Gabby.
It's very hard for him to fight. The threat of the Phoenix Salt is there. They do get the grab onto the Weaver. They drag him back underneath the tier 4s. The stuns are out. They'll take him down once. He's got the Aegis, and he also had the time. That's the melee racks will be taken faded. Shakooting away. He's going to be able to get out of there underneath the safety of the sun.
Great defensive back there by Kezu as they protect themselves for their retreat. Gabby, he looks like he wants to commit forward. It's going to be Misery. The BKB still on cooldown, 12 seconds for him.
Tims can't quite find the stun onto Faded. They do find the stun onto the Bear. And will be 300 gold they clean up. Armel having to put the BKB as he looks towards Faded. There'll be a buyback from Miseries. He wants to come and help the team back out. Armel goes for the BKB TP to get out of there. Back to safety. Milan jumps in, but oh, the angle, Gabby. Oh, it's a beautiful stun.
Oh,
it's a triple kill. Gabby, he's not done yet. He's running towards Kezu. He's chasing him down with a war cry. Kezu's dead too.
Oh my god, now Faded. He's getting stunned up. The multicast.
As TNC out of nowhere just pop off and shut Chaos down.
Oh my, was that... It was a crit into a regular hit into another crit coming out from Gabby. He got 2 1k crits there on the Bear as well as with the splash cleave onto the back. Oh man, he got Milan as well as Matumba with that stun there. Look at the damage, 7,000 in that 60 seconds.
And now it's their turn to push down the lane.
Uh-oh.
Push up towards the base of Chaos.
They didn't get to retreat fully. They used the egg to try to secure themselves for that retreat, but then TNC just relentlessly chased them forward. Gabby coming in so clutch there for his team.
He saw an opportunity. He gets the perfect angle.
Yeah. Now he has a full data list instead of just that small crit. We saw how much damage he was able to do there, and we're going to watch this one here as they're trying to retreat.
Yeah, this whole retreat that, at this point, it looks like a dream, but Gabby, so quick with the jump, pokes on Misery. The rest of Chaos still sort of sitting around. At this point, you got to say, get out of there.
Watch the right side here. Matumba Man and Milan.
Because Armel jumps in, and it's sort of a bait. Chaos is still hanging around because they're like, hang on, Armel's overextended. But hang on, surprise, Gabby comes in. The wraparound's perfect. And Gabby just sees the opportunity of a lifetime to just turn this game around.
Patience from Gabby, right? Patience just sitting there waiting for his BKB to come up, pops the BKB, blinks forward, perfect two-man connection stun, and he's able to turn it entirely. Maybe even turn the entire game for his team as, let's see, it was a 6,500 gold lead. It's down to 0. It's actually in favor of TNC. And the experience was always actually in favor of TNC because they were playing that farm game.
TNC are feeling the fire right now. They're ready to hunt for more. The dust is going to be popped. Faded's out of range. TNC holding the high ground.
Gabby is very terrifying right now. Bloodlusted Sven with this dataless.
Bugs are out. Faded. Poking forward. He's going to pay for that. The lasso's there, Gabby. He's waiting for the angle. He's going to jump in. He's looking for the backlines. Making sure Milan can't get into the fight. Commits. Now he turns towards the egg. Tim's coming across as well. Armel. He's offering the hits on the egg. Can they take it off his time? They can't. Gabby gets the double kill. Turns over towards Misery. Now looks back towards Faded. Faded going in onto Tims with the Shikuchi. They'll lose the Ogre. But Gabby, he kills off a third. He's able to find Misery. Get the triple kill into the trees. Out he goes. Gabby escapes. As Gabby continues to carry TNC back towards the lead of this game. As they'll lose Cuckoo. But the power of this Sven is just continuing to grow.
He keeps finding the perfect target. He jumps out to Milan. Kezu actually gets the clutch play there with the Aghanim's that he just picked up. Picks him up into that egg, but it doesn't matter. He's actually not able to save him there as they both double commit onto the egg and actually bring it down. Yeah, Gabby. And then he actually gets a crit. I saw Misery show himself for a second. He gets one-shotted by the dataless.
I thought Misery was out of there.
It did
and
look
then
like
suddenly
it,
he's dead.
It was a one-shot.
And look at this play. Gabby doesn't follow in here. He waits until he sees the Fisher and goes straight for the Shaker. Perfect target prioritization from this Sven.
Now BT faded. Yeah, Gabby really putting the team on his back right now. Now they also know that there is a Ags Phoenix as well they have to be watching out for, and it is a level 18 too, so that egg you saw there. 11 hits. Have to really fully commit forward for it, but they do have ways that they are buffed up, right? It's not just that they have BKBs, they have the Bloodlust. So Bloodlust versus that egg is really putting a little bit of that X factor. Oh, sorry, it's 13, my bad. I know, he had the X, sorry.
Apology.
I saw him mousing over, and I was like, uh-oh.
They've got to be careful, Chaos. They did have the lead at the start for the first sort of 25 minutes. They have got the mid-racks. But these last few fights have been very scary.
Yeah.
Gabby Sven coming into his element. 10-1 and 4. Well on the way to AC and well on the way to level 25.
He's really packing a punch. Cuckoo is pretty still under farm still. He's 1-8 and 11. He's really the sacrificial
But
lamb
he's getting the job done, right?
But
he just needs to blink and lasso.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he dies. Just all about the initiation. The damage, you leave that up to Gabby and Armel, both with their Datalists, or Data Light.
They're going to be hitting so hard actually onto these squishy heroes. He's probably going to get overtaken by Tims at some point here. Tims is actually level 18 because of his Midas, while Cuckoo's only level 15. So this Ogre definitely kind of transitioning into a bit of a core here, as we have seen Tims do quite often. They need a 4-step, though, for Cuckoo. I know they have one on Tims, so he can use that to push the Batrider, but we see the situations. The lasso is still pretty difficult. They have a Yule Scepter finished up on Chaos quite a while ago, as we saw in the last fight on Milan. So it's really hard for him to actually just blink lasso people, because it's going to get just instantly Yule's canceled. That's how we see this. Midas of Tims up off cooldown for a very long time, but they're camping themselves up on the high ground here. As well as Chaos.
See what they find with the smoke. Tims is on the front line, so they're going to spot the Ogre. Trap slow onto the Matu Bear. Faded is hunting. Oh, fine.
They're expecting the smoke now after they saw that. Tims is tracked up on here on the high ground. But he's able to use his Midas during that. So.
Gonna push in. They don't quite
Back
have the
door.
creeps.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for that.
Tumba man trying to protect himself. We see Ghost Scepter as well as the gem, so he's trying to just keep himself safe if he does get jumped on in the back lines. They're taking him.
Go
They
ahead.
saw him.
He's hit. It's a two-man stun straight away. Looking for the opening, but the Ghost Scepter keeps Maddie safe. The lasso onto Faded, but the BKB time-lapse keeps Faded back up to full. They'll now turn towards Gabby, focusing the Sven. Kezu's in
gone.
with the ult. They've just got to get out of it. TNC, Armel won't be able to escape. Tims as well has been isolated from the rest of the team as Chaos are back to taking the fights in their favor. They get both the two of them. Jump forward from Milan. He's trying for more. Gabby's able to turn though and kill Milan off. VT Faded and Kezu unable to get on top of them in time. They'll dive forward. Gabby's TPing back to base. Stuns out. Onto Faded underneath the tower. Will back away. Milan did try and see if he could fish for more kills for the team, but ends up giving away his life.
Yeah. Matu able to disengage pretty nicely that Ghost Scepter, and the BKBs, like we mentioned, they're low. Gabby, he's used it every single time, so that 5-second BKB, he's not actually able to get a kill during it. He has to just start running away. And Armel, he's caught in a rough place immediately as soon as that egg goes down.
Should be a quick rush for Chaos with a man down on TNC. Unlikely for them to be able to get here in time and contest. They are heading over the four of them.
The BKB's up in 5 seconds.
Maybe if they're quick with this movement, Gabby's just picked up a full AC. If he gets in the pit right now, they've got to be quick on this. Cuckoo in position. Firefly is ready to go. He's knocked in with the flame break. VT Faded is focusing down Roshan. Matu is pushing the rest of TNC away from the Roshan. So Chaos will be able to get it, get that Aegis and cheese.
They broke the blink daggers there just constantly from Kezu jumping in forward with the Shivas as well as a shuriken toss bouncing between the tracks. They were able to stop those blinks from being able to jump in. It looked like TNC was maybe a little bit hesitant too, because they just spent all their gold on the Sven, didn't have God Strength available, and Armel was still not alive. So they were it looked like they were kind of doubting if they should really go in there or not. As Chaos continue to cruise this one here. 3K gold lead, it's not the biggest one,
lead back.
but they get their Aegis, they get their cheese. Still keeping themselves in a very good spot here with their dual core, but with the Phoenix, who's extremely farmed. As now Kezu also having a blink dagger, so being able to save his teammates in 2 different forms. As they start to push up top, double catapults coming in. Armel will quickly clean those up.
See how TNC can try and slow the siege.
The 4x will be there by Tims. Here goes the
Tower
siege,
just
the bear.
gets destroyed. They do pop the fortification to keep it alive that little longer. Gabby still now onto the bear and Faded, but doesn't want to commit. Faded having that BKB and Aegis makes him a tricky target.
Such a good push here by Chaos. They're cleaning up that range rack slowly first. Cuckoo finally makes it back to his team's base as his TP was on cooldown for quite some time.
Looks for a grab, but already with the Shikuchi, he'll be able to get himself away. Faded.
Instantly tracked up on the Bat Rider now, so they know exactly where Cuckoo is positioned. He does want to look for a jump forward and the Sunray. Heals everybody up again.
Yeah, they do want to stick around Chaos to try and force that melee racks. They're going to go up again. Armel's on the front, starts to hit into Faded. Faded pops the time lapse, fishes out. Onto Armel, no further commitment as of yet from Chaos. They'll start to move in with the bear. The bear actually bringing Armel down very low. He has to put the BKB. Started for Gabby. Gabby's in on the back lines. Goes Scepter, keeps Matu safe. Return for VT Faded. Faded still keeping that Aegis safe for now. They'll have the lasso onto Misery instead, as Misery will be the one to fall. Everyone else from Chaos gets out, and the Aegis is still protected. They can still go for another push for it. Faded. We'll see if they want to wait until Misery's back in, as they do still have a fair bit of time to work with the Aegis. No need to hurry for Chaos.
Yeah, they're starting to back up. They have the lanes pushing in, so they can still kind of just chill in this area here for some time being. Looking to see if anyone does push out. This is their last bear for 85 seconds. So Matummet maybe just having to watch out for that one there if he sends it up too far forward. But it now has a BKB, so he's given his bear a BKB to be able to go for those racks.
Armel was ready and hiding in the shadows. They'll quickly time that's Faded. Faded forced in straight away, has to put the BKB. Looks to be back on both Armel and Tims. The remainder of that BKB duration wants to finish off the racks, and he'll get it. The melee rack's full and Faded is out of there. The bear left behind, the bear will die.
They know they have no bear right now. They're going to commit forward here.
Cuckoo, he's chasing, jump forward. Faded still incredibly low. Get himself away, and Kezu with that sun ray stops any further jump coming out from TNC. So Chaos, they get the racks, they get out of there, and they don't even lose the Aegis. They've still got it ready to go for another push.
Chaos very disciplined there with those pushes. TNC also not wanting to commit forward too far, even though they know that there was no bear. They didn't want to actually chase forward as they didn't have God Strength still available or that lasso. Looks like they've drawn the line to try to catch some people bottom. Since they have top lane already pushed, Chaos has already pushed top as well as that mid lane. TNC's probably assuming, hey, Chaos is going to group up down bottom. Let's just bring a fight to them immediately and try to catch them off guard. And they're grouping up to do so. It's still going to be into the Aegis for another minute or so. But they're trying to catch Chaos off guard down here.
They're going to expect this Chaos.
There's a scan. It does clip them.
Smoke out of the base.
The scan does clip. Chaos knows this is coming.
And Cuckoo's in. Pops the dust. They get the lasso off straight away. They try and focus down onto the Weaver. Weaver will fall once. That's the Aegis gone. Gabby keeps itself to the edge, and they'll get themselves away from the sun. The Supernova won't do anything apart from push TNC away.
They didn't have to. They committed the BKB from the TA, but not the BKB from the Sven. So Gabby still has his both available, BKB as well as God Strength. Back themselves up onto that high ground. And they're able to at least clear the Aegis, which was getting reclaimed in about 30 more seconds or so, but they make an aggressive play forward and try to catch Chaos off guard.
DD rune up top. We'll see if TNC were able to scout that one out. Ramel or Gabby could have a bit of a field day with that, and there it is, it's spotted.
It is absolutely
They'll want to grab that
right
in the last 10 seconds before it goes, and maybe even hang around, see if they get another power rune on top of it.
DD haste, right? That'll be pretty nice for Gabby.
See?
He's going to grab the DD.
There's no way he gets a haste as well.
Does he though?
There's no way.
He's waiting for it. Let's see which one it is. Oh, it's an arcane. It's
That'll
the 40,
do as well.
It's 40-minute mark.
That's
so
still pretty good.
It was a pretty high chance of actually being one of those.
That's true.
Right? You get
But
that,
that's a pretty good one to get. Okay, if they can get a God Strength from BKB usage out of this, Gabby.
Do they have a smoke available for themselves? They do. So they're immediately going to smoke and look to get something, because top is kind of pushing out, mid is pushing out a little bit as well. They have traps set up in the lanes. They have their double siege wave actually pushing out right now too. So can they actually catch anything here with the wraparound? Arcane DD Sven. The big
Chaos
wraparound.
have got to do their best to try and avoid a fight right now.
They're looking for the full wrap. They're actually expecting Chaos over here on the high ground.
They're going to miss them entirely.
Yep.
Faded. Continue to tank up even more. It's got a full Satanic on this Weaver. That Satanic Scotty BKB faded is not an easy kill.
Definitely not. They still have a lot of damage though. That's the one thing. And even if he gets lassoed and the lasso ends, they have to watch out also for the nullifier. There is a nullifier on the TA, so nullifier not allowing that Weaver to get the BKB up. He's still with the time lapse, but has to watch out for himself as
To push once more Chaos.
again.
And they go
Forward.
Gabby.
They have the
Come in.
damage.
There's the force to the side. Faded's able to put the BKB in the timelines. Now Gabby's sort of trapped out by the Fisher. Will have to take the long walk round to get back up to the high ground, but that is the God Strength used. As Matu gets some damage onto the melee racks, Chaos reset. They know that both BKB and God Strength is down for a good minute or so.
Wait for that God Strength. The BKB, also important, but God Strength is a big amount of the damage that TNC does have right now. They're going to force this issue.
And they go again. The stuns are coming out onto the Weaver.
The BKB Bear, he's really trying to force it in here. They force Glyph right now. There is also backdoor protection kicking in for a second. Bottom wave, though, is starting to move in.
Chaos will back off once more.
They're starting to feel a little bit scared.
See, Gabby, did he just... Yeah, he did. He must have, right?
What?
I think he just bought a refresher orb, used it.
Yeah.
And sold
That's
it.
what it looks like. That is what it looks like.
But he did sell it. So that's a bit of effective net worth down the drain, right? Unless I'm crazy, right? That's what he's done.
Yeah, and he used God's Strength. So he queues it up again.
Okay. Why would he sell it?
I didn't see that.
tits on both of those.
Milan, he actually gets the blink off. Is he gonna start? Oh, no, he's not.
And
Actually
Cuckoo,
finds him.
he's hot on the chase of misery, will be saved by the Bear Fearbat. Okay,
They did not
okay.
expect that. That was the refresher play right there coming into play from Gabby.
They didn't. The 700 IQ play?
It really is.
Gabby is trying for more.
Okay. Yeah, AU, like you said, him getting the last hit on that egg there.
That did it.
Looks kind of funny as he gets the double kill, but it happens in Amatumba. He's getting chased out by the rest of them. He is not going to be able to escape from here. He does not have a TP either.
Gabby, at the start.
Surrounding him.
They've got him. They've got him as well.
Yep, and that's a
Look
gem
at that.
hitting the deck. So they're able to pick that gem up as well for themselves.
I mean, I think why Gabby bought the refresh and then sold it was because he wanted to make sure he had buyback as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he had about 5,700 gold.
And then that put him at like
He bought
2,800.
it, used it for
Okay,
that play,
that makes sense.
or for the preparation of that play, and yeah, wanted to sell it just to make sure that he was going to be able to get back in case he jumps forward and doesn't actually get the chance to use the refresh BKB. And gosh, see, we got you covered. We're professional casters, ladies and gentlemen.
The next level play.
Yeah. And you know, he's a Sven at this point. He knows he's farming up so much gold.
Yep.
He can afford to sort of make that, not necessarily a risky play, but a play that yeah, you could certainly argue was very much necessary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was, I mean,
It was a smart play.
could have been a game-winning play here again from Gabby, as he's been really putting the team on his back, like we
he's
said.
been putting all the work into this match. He's
11-1 as well. Still only dying the one time in this game. Now trying to force forward his Amatumba man. Not buying back. He does not have the gold for it. You can see. We'll get the tower. He'll be happy with that one. Now they can start working on those shrines.
5k lead now. Chaos.
We're seeing
I'll be a little worried.
AU is starting to pick up these. He's finally got some time to be able to pick up these cloak auras for his team, these Centaur Coursers. This Chen also level 20, so he's got a GPM talent kicking in too. Some people might forget about that.
I just want to see Chaos push and Gabby do the same play again.
Just
Buy the
refresh it again.
refresh,
And he
sell it. Make sure that he has buyback gold. It could happen if the push comes in soon.
It definitely could happen.
He could do it. Well, obviously he's got shrimp BKB available now. But
Sure, but if he, you know, if he needs to have it anyway. I mean, it's a good item. It's like one of the best items.
sure,
on
he,
Sven
like,
anyway,
of course,
at the end of
he
the
wants
game.
to have it
Yeah.
anyway. Obviously, just in that situation, he was unable to
Alright.
keep it because he did want to make sure he had buyback.
They've got the 4 Centaur Coursers, so everybody's sitting up at that, like, you know, 50% magic resist or 53% for some.
Around the pit.
Yeah,
The focus once again.
53% for magic resist for Chen, 54% magic resist for Ogre, and 55% magic resist for Sven.
Yeah.
When they're next to the coursers. They all have different magic resists.
That is because Dota 2. And because they have different amounts of strength.
That is true.
I'm smart, my
You're
friend.
smart.
I'm smart.
You're smart.
Thank you. Let's see what they can do around the pit.
I was like, it's only 1 off. It just looked funny.
Ice, yes, yeah. That little amount of strength does. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah. I guess the most surprising thing was like how low strength that the Sven has, right?
Sure, when he hasn't got God Strength.
Right?
popped.
Like
When
that-
he's
that's
got,
probably the
dude,
biggest
you
thing
got
that
to
surprised me.
watch his Magic Resist when he pops the
Oh
God
yeah,
Strength.
for sure.
It will go up to 56. How much would it go up?
If he's next to the coursers.
Eh,
Dota points is
wait,
still
wait,
even
wait.
on the win probability though. Look
It
at that.
is it?
Yep.
It is.
49 to 51, back and forth
All
all
right.
over the place in this game.
I'm a little surprised there. It's not so. I guess because they have lost quite a fair bit of the base.
Yep.
It
Structural
still
damage.
feels pretty confident having it 50-50, but the way the TNC's played these last few fights, I think it's a little scary for Chaos.
Does seem to start to be like that as they're starting to poke here in the pit, and it's a refresher shard on the Roshan. And Gabby's still sitting on 8,700 gold, so he has buyback, and he actually has the surplus for that refresher as well. Scary moments here. Misery trying to scout some stuff out here for his team. All of TNC grouped together though, rallying around those Chen creeps, rallying around all these auras. AC Vlad's Solar Crest, as well as the Bloodlust. Bloodlust not an aura, of course, but a buff, but you know what I mean. As he also has, he has that Bloodlust attack speed talent too, so yeah, they're hitting very hard, very fast on these two cores.
There's the smoke. TNC, they're going to find Chaos that is without Faded. I guess Faded's got the 25, so he can very easily get over to the fight with that extra movement speed during Shikuchi. And as it is, TNC won't find them. They'll be able to get a D ward done. It's going to give up the movements, and TNC are actually going to head to the pit. They get another DD room for Gabby.
TNC's also carrying 2 gems, which is pretty interesting, and because they're playing versus both the Bounty Hunter and the Weaver, it makes sense. They're just having the coverage of the fights across the board is going to be pretty useful for them.
TNC.
They're making sure they
They're
can
around Cuckoo. He's in. He's going to jump straight away in the forward with the BKB and the lasso. He's got the grab. Armel's in with the damage to follow up. Misery's dead. They look towards Faded. Faded gets the time lapse out. He's back up the full. The Supernova being used, but TNC, they're able to easily walk away from it.
It's not in a good spot this time around.
They kite it out. The only thing to result from that fight is a dead Misery. Chaos now down a member around this Roshan time.
They have their God Strength. It was used, and the BKB as well, but you see Gabby does have that refresher. Where do you actually put it? Okay, he gave the refresher, his refresher orb to hide it to Tim's. This guy is really going next level right now. And then he's like, yo, Tim's, pass it back to me.
They won't expect it.
All right, thanks, Tim's. Now I got my refresher back.
Nah, he was delivering it.
He was trying to, no, he was hiding it. He had it in his backpack, and then he gave it to Tim's. And now he's putting it back into his inventory. They're committing forward into the pit. They will see the, I mean, if they identify, if they see with the bugs that the refresher is there, they're going to be aware that Gabby is going to be able to refresh and look at that if he chooses to do so.
If he needs to, because he's still got, maybe wait out the 50 seconds. He knows that they're probably not going to try and fight before Misery's back.
Yeah,
so
he's trying to hold on to it as long as possible. This guy's next level.
Gabby, he knows what needs to be done to win the game of Dota.
I thought maybe he had like misclicked, like trying to swap it in, but no, he like clearly given it to Tim.
Oh, he just goes right up to the shrine. He gets the grab onto Kezu. Kezu, he's dead. No buyback.
Oh my, that's like the
Cuckoo.
That was the best target he could. Kezu committed his gold. He brought the refresher.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He has no buyback.
He's not got the buyback.
He is the most important hero on the team on the side of Chaos.
Oh, no. He's dead. He's dead. Roshan is also going to be dead. TNC, take the Aegis. Take the cheese, and what was it? Was it a refresher?
It was a refresher.
It was a refresher.
They have it on the Bat Rider for now, but they can definitely look to move it around depending on the situations as Kezu gets caught. The best possible target for Cuckoo to find, and he does get it.
Cuckoo just... Did he go in blind as well? He must have done, right?
Cuckoo. Like it, yeah.
Cuckoo just going in blind. I mean, this is the Cuckoo bat that we've seen time and time again.
When he has the BKB, he feels so much safer, right? And he had the BKB in the last 2 fights, so he can easily just jump in. Yeah,
nothing to stop that sort of play.
Yep.
Cuckoo. He did it in game 2 against Secret, getting these lassos to secure them the victory, and he's doing it again here in this series against Chaos.
Yeah, Gabby now with the Moon Shard. He actually is going to keep the Moon Shard. He's going to backpack the Echo Saber for the time being, and he's actually selling the Echo Saber. So he's like, all right, Moon Shard's just better. Now I have much more attack speed instead of having to rely on the double hit.
That's true. It is.
Yep.
That's a lot of attack speed.
It's 140.
140. Cuckoo. Taking some of the neutrals now, being a little more comfortable in this spot.
Yep.
Chaos are back out on the map. They've got everyone back in the game.
Making their way over as well with their gem. They have to be careful though. Who's missing the buyback? Matumba Man, Misery, as well as Kezu do not have buyback. Everybody else in the game has buyback available.
Yeah, everyone on TNC is good to go.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, they're camping up on these high grounds. Still continue to, as Matumba Man will continue some split push. He also has a Moon Shard of his own on the Bear. He's Radiance burning the waves. As the line is drawn, Cuckoo. I think he's probably saying, like, I'm going to push bottom, and I have boots to travel. I can join you guys with the Chen creep at any time. So.
Interesting here, Gabby running through the items that he wants to buy. Did get the Hex queued up. Now he's thinking Butterfly. Hex understandable because he has a refresher. Butterfly understandable because he wants that evasion. Milan finds Cuckoo. Cuckoo. He's got the BKB, the Hand of God from AU. He forces out. That's an Echo Slam, no kill. No kill for Chaos. Now they look to Tim's. Jumping from Gabby. BKB's out in time to dodge the stun. Gabby's committing. They got the kill. Faded is just straight up dead. As Gabby cuts him down, the egg hits nobody.
The DD plus, I think a Meld Bash stopped him, right?
The Meld Bash got him, and it also got Misery.
Oh my.
Cuckoo's even fishing for more. As he jumps in, chases down Chaos. He's got his eyes on Milan. He sidesteps the Fisher. Lasso is out. Gabby's going to get another one out of this as Chaos lose 3. TNC are playing this half of the game to perfection as Chaos, they came relatively close to having what looked to be a win. But at this point,
Milan
It seems almost all over for Chaos.
He went for Cuckoo, the jump back there, but his cores weren't actually close enough to dish out the damage, really, too much. A little bit of an overzealous jump there by him as they lose quite a lot there.
Yeah, they're going to lose the racks here, potentially, as Gabby just pops the God Strength. Fortification will end.
Kezu was forced to use his refresher as well to just escape in that moment too, so he has used it. He has his egg available here for this one, but TNC, they're just pushing this down. They popped their refresher as well. Yeah, Gabby just looking to clean up these 2 racks pretty easily with this team. Chaos going to respond. The bear just gets annihilated.
What can Chaos do? They try for the fish out onto Tim's. Dive forward from Kezu. They're slowing down Armel and Gabby. Armel and Gabby on the retreat are forced to get Armel back to safety over the fisher. They'll get out of there. TNC able to retreat and back off. Armel turns Mel Bash onto the bear.
Bear's dying.
It is. Kuka's going to jump in. He
That's the
lassos
last
the bear.
bear.
He's grabbed the bear and locked him down. The bear is dead. Matu without the bear. There's Chaos. Faded's come in. He stuns. Time that's back to safety, but 30k lead now for TNC. The base of Chaos starting to get pulled apart.
They're really not having too much damage anymore. It's just everybody on this side of TNC is just crazy tanking. They're also dishing out an absurd amount of damage inside of the fights too.
Look at the dollar that these lads have.
Yeah, everybody is super rich.
11,000 gold on TA, Armel.
What's he gonna buy? I mean, he has things he can buy. He still
got
can eat the
Moonshot.
Moonshard. Yep.
Maybe we'll finally see the Aghanims TA.
I got to see one already.
Did you
one
actually?
One of the other streams, there was an Agnes
There was an.
TA.
Oh wow!
I don't think
I've
I don't know if
seen
he
it.
even used it actually, but he
Did
did
not?
have
Okay.
it. 12,000 gold. Gabby also been passed over now, the refresher shard, since his refresher orb was on cooldown, and he's going to get brought to bottom. So he's going to have double God Strength, double BKB here for this fight again. That's how many bears are available. There's just one. They just have the one that's just been summoned. Aegis will get reclaimed.
Goodbye, Rax.
And now he's eaten the Moonshard and bought the Butterfly as well, too, on Gabby. So starting to hit that critical mass. He still has growth, too. He can still get an Aghanims for himself, too.
You can. You can indeed.
Pretty good, actually, with TA. The bonus damage can be kind of nice.
Yeah.
As they back up, pick up the 4 bounty runes, and continue to grow their lead now. As Chaos, they seem to have hit that real brick roll, and it's just getting,
36K
it
lead.
just seems like, it seems so hard now.
Oh, it does. It does. This is a situation that Chaos have been in before here in the group stage, and one that they've struggled to ever really turn around. As TNC looking again to show us why this team is one that you cannot take your eye off.
No, and TNC better just, you know, if they do take this one, which is looking like they will, they better turn and give an enormous hug to Gabby, as he has definitely put the team on his back for this one. The rest of them, sure, they've gotten a couple pickups, but he's definitely had the big standouts.
They've had some great individual plays, but yeah, overall, Gabby's just been the driving force in that sort of mid portion of the game. Tims?
Absolutely. Tims has the protection for himself. Goes after plus a Lotus.
Yeah, they can't quite kill him off. Faded. Tries to commit the Duke. Get the bash off, but Gabby
The bear.
will jump in onto the bear, and with the Mel bash as well. The bear is getting beaten down. The bear is dead.
They've got to resummon.
Tims being focused now. VT Faded popping the BKB to try and commit for this Ogre kill. They'll get it. They will find VT Faded. Armel going for the TP out. And he'll make it with that BKB. Nothing to cancel it in time. As they couldn't quite believe what get Matu close enough to allow the bear to hit and try for a bash.
Yep.
As it was disarmed, but they push TNC back. We'll get them away from their half of the map for now.
They force that resummon again, though, every single time. So when Tims does respawn, they will have a secondary bear, at least for Matumbaman and Chaos.
So Armel is still 10k gold over on top of eating that Moonshard.
Are they going to smoke out here on the side of Chaos? I think they should. I think they should look for some type of play here while Tims is dead. Misery. He's walking up, trying to scout something. There's a gem, though.
They see him. They're going to look to commit. Armel's in. Oh,
Hex!
Kezu gets Hex! Oh, no!
Is he going to go down? He is!
He is! He's dead! The Hex play catches him off guard, and with the drag back of this lasso, they'll find Matu too!
Oh my god. What was it? That's AU with the Hex, right? And from the high
AU.
ground, with that 200 cast range
Yeah.
talent on the Chen level 10, he gets that far Hex. Kezu not expecting that one from the high ground there. Instantly grabbing him off guard. Oh my god. And now 75 seconds, no bear.
We'll see it
Look at
again. I
this.
mean,
This
just
is-
look at the range.
Watch the
like,
Chen.
where does that Hex come from?
Whoop. Immediately catches him. And throws the pendants on him for
From
the faster attack speed for his
absolute
teammates.
Marloff.
Yeah.
And the tip as well from AU.
Yeah, of course. There's no way you're like, wait, Chen has a hex. Oh my god, Chen just hexed me. The Aggie comes into play. Armel.
They are looking for Armel.
Gabby. Gonna get caught by the stun. It's a long one too, because it is the buffed up.
Do they have the damage to kill him? He's going to be forced to
Another
safety.
one.
There's going to be another egg, but Armel's just on top of it with the BKB. Kezu's egg has died. Kezu's dead. The egg's taken out.
The Echo! It's a four!
It's a big one! It's a big one! Is it enough though? It's not.
It's
and
not.
it goes
They'll
out.
heal.
It's not enough. It's not enough. It gets Armel, but Armel buys back as there's 3 dead on Chaos. A big echo, but an echo a little too late from Alanas. This game is over. GG is called, and TNC take game 1 against Chaos.
It was a beautiful Echo, but yeah.
It did him.
Chen.
It was far too
600
late. It
hand to
was
God.
far too late.
Yeah, it really
It was.
was.
I mean, it was the only.
There wasn't any follow-up.
saw.
It still was
Yeah.
exciting, but there was no follow-up there at
yeah.
the end. Lone Druid still dead. Kezu had gotten finished off by the 2, focusing with that BKB.
TNC once again looking terrifying. A game in which Chaos they really did sort of crush the opening. They were really solid. They had a really good read. Had some really good moves with the support rotations and Misery Milan, but it didn't stay together long enough to get themselves the win. They got the full set of racks top. They're able to get half of the racks mid, and then it all started to turn around. Gabby with those mid-game fights.
Gabby's so clutch.
Finding the right times, right angles to get in with the jumps. There was no chance for Chaos to come back after that.
Yeah.
They could never get this team fight together. They could never get this Slam Supernova down. It just never happened, really.
No, it really didn't. I mean, it was really just a lot of the focus fire coming out from Gabby, right? He just had to put a target on Milan's back and just kept going for him in every single one of the fights. And Matumba as well. He was trying to protect himself, but the bear at some point versus this the sheer amount of physical damage, it just dies.
Yeah. Just have a look at the damage numbers here. Gabby, 62,000 hero damage in that game. Armel the closest at 39k, but just to show you how far ahead Gabby was in terms of just dishing out the damage, 17, 1, and 11. Some stellar performances, of course, from the entire lineup of TNC, being the hex play from AU, the earlier grab into the blinds of that upper ground that Cuckoo was able to make with that bat jump. It all came together, and TNC, they've taken 1 game off Chaos. Probably pretty hopeful they're looking to take a second coming into this game too, as Chaos, they tried something a little different, opening with this Misery bounty. It looked hot at the start, but it fell off in sort of the traditional manner that we've seen bounties, when they have been picked, at least do so lately. They have that sort of laning strength, at least that rotation, that surprise element, but they do fall off.
It did seem like they had a good timing window that they could definitely have won the game there. I mean, the graph really tells the story in this one. It's literally like up and down all the way, and then till the end where it's just a straight up line for TNC. But yeah, it was still a pretty good showing there for Chaos. They need to try to crispen it up and just end the game when they have that big timing window.
Well, another win for TNC, another loss for Chaos. They'll take first game of the series, TNC. They've got one more chance to take another win from Chaos after the break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back for game 2 of TNC versus Chaos.